Morning, everybody. Thank you for coming here. It's a little chilly out there, but you have warmed the room, so thank you. I've been thinking about time from a cosmic perspective. This is either a function of me being an aging baby boomer or a function of being a legacy holdover of the groovy Haight-Ashbury free clinics. So when you condense the history of the universe in its entirety within the confines of one full day, where start with the Big Bang at midnight, the dawn of modern human existence occurs in a tiny fraction of the final seconds of that day. Our time in this universe to date is infinitesimally small. Now, you can either look at this and say, what we do with our tiny nano moment is meaningless. Or you can look at that and say, if I want to make meaning and have impact in my little speck of space-time, I best get busy before my time winks out. It's hard not to be overwhelmed by the chaos and disorder of our present moment. Marked by rancor and resentment, we seem to be operating from a place where facts, science, and ethics don't matter. When they go low, we go lower. We are all pathos, but no empathy. Pathos without ethos or logos. In these challenging times, it's important to hold on to two related notions simultaneously. That this tiny micron of our time in the universe, these times too will pass. We will reacquire our understanding that facts matter, research matters, science matter, and people matter. And the other notion, we don't have much time, and how we use that, who and how we are matters. It matters a lot. Okay, by now you're getting a little uncomfortable, right? You're thinking, where the hell is she going with this? And it's too damn early. I haven't finished my first coffee of the morning for a conversation about rhetoric and philosophy and the space-time continuum. But I believe as the person with the humbling responsibility of leading a modern safety net healthcare organization, how I and how HealthRIGHT 360 responds to the challenges of our present moment is critical to our mission of transforming lives and improving the health and well-being of people and communities we serve. Let me explain. First, I'll tell you broadly about our work here in San Francisco. We're a large healthcare nonprofit. We serve people with complex health conditions, usually includes some combination of substance use disorder and mental illness, and a host of social factors, such as poverty, lack of safe housing, and involvement in the criminal legal system. We provide addiction treatment in residential and outpatient settings, recovery bridge housing, also known as sober living, and a range of other services that address the social drivers of health. We house over 400 people every night in San Francisco in either a treatment bed or a sober living bed. And we serve hundreds more every day in outpatient settings across the city. We advocate on behalf of our clients and communities for health justice in order to increase our impact for the people we serve. And we've been doing this work for over 50 years. And you may know us as Haight-Ashbury Free Clinics and Walden House, and Asian American Recovery Services. And now we are HealthRIGHT 360. As a healthcare organization, we are avid and thoughtful consumers of research and data. We follow the science. So this means we prescribe and make sure that our clients have access to all of the medications available to treat their substance use disorder and mental illness. We follow the We follow the recommendations of no less an august bodies as the American Society of Addiction Medicine and NIDA, National Institute of Drug Abuse, in recognizing that the path to recovery from substance use disorder is often marked by a recurrence of drug use. This means we don't kick out our patients when they display the primary symptom of the health condition for which they sought help. That is, when they have a recurrence of drug use. We don't kick out the sick people when they're sick. This also means that we embrace the evidence-based practices that are collectively known as harm reduction, despite the current highly politicized rhetoric surrounding the term. We also strive to adhere to the well-studied practice of housing first. Following the research on healthcare outcomes, our work includes adopting principles of health equity and justice, addressing in the service of addressing the social drivers of health. Because research tells us that a criminal legal response to addiction is ineffective and often harmful to the individual, we follow the research and we advocate against the increasing trend towards coercive forms of treatment. Listen, I understand that people are frustrated by the sometimes baffling condition that is a substance use disorder. And communities have a right to demand and expect clean and safe streets. And I recognize that it is hard to absorb data that defies what we witness and what conflicts with our deeply held beliefs. If people aren't making the decision to enter treatment, then forcing them into treatment is the best response, right? Short answer, no. Not according to a large body of research. I also admit that science makes mistakes, which can leave one doubting that science is effective. But see, that's almost all pathos and no logos. The very purpose of research is to gather information and accept or reject what we believe in our gut to be true. And science, while imperfect, is also self-correcting. It trains those who conduct it to rigorously explore both new ideas as well as old accepted ones. People in this country have used the COVID-19 pandemic and some policy responses to it to say science made mistakes and therefore science can't be trusted. But research is what told us that we were making mistakes, and we corrected as we went. So presumably we'll also be better prepared for the next pandemic. Let me pause here to acknowledge that I am giving exactly the wrong kind of remarks for a charity event. Okay? I know that. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know, and that I've always previously done, is made the case for your donations by appealing to your heart. But listen, you just heard from April, my stand-in, my twin. Just heard from April. Could have been me. I wasn't pregnant, but I was a client. Came through treatment, saved my life. You heard from April, our amazing leader of behavioral health services. And if that didn't appeal to your heart, well, there's nothing I can say that will come close to the level of care and authenticity what makes April such a powerful leader, a commitment to our clients. So instead, I'm appealing to your head and your ethical sense of who you are and who you want to be as a person in these difficult, discordant times. We can help bring about change if we think deeply with our brain and if we plumb our souls to retain and to act from our compassion and empathy. I am asking you to support the work we do at HealthRIGHT 360, an organization that for most of its existence has managed to stay true to the best available science, to self-correct as our knowledge base grows, and that has not strayed from a framework that centers love, compassion, and empathy in our work. Having said all that, I hope I have not lost you. And I am, nevertheless, asking you to give generously regardless, and to please move that thermometer thingy up This is a fundraiser, after all. I'm not saying that giving to our organization will make you a better person. It won't hurt. Please know that on behalf of our board of directors, our workers and clients, I am deeply grateful for your ongoing support. Thank you.